Starting here at the red buff, as is typical now in Season 2. We're going to wait to pull this, clear this as fast as we can so we can move on towards our purple. What you're looking to do here at this camp, the Agni is not standing in the right position and the Woojer is not going to reset this correctly. But what you want to do is you want to pull it towards your side, get it down to about 15% HP, and then you and the ADC back out. It resets over to your mid, who's on the other side. It's going to allow them to pick it up faster and get to their lane faster so they don't miss any minions. It also lets you clear the purple buff faster, which gets you to the wave faster. So, we are against a Sobek and an Artemis in this lane. My partner is an Woojer, and we have fairly strong lane clear with an Woojer and Guan Yu for that matter. Together, they have a good lane clear, good presence. And we're against a Sobek, which we like going against on Guan Yu. We like that. As well as an Artemis, which we love. We love going against Artemis on Guan Yu. You're going to find out why in a bit, but try to reason through it in your head right now. Think about why Guan Yu would do very strongly against Artemis. So all we're doing right now is trying to clear the lane as fast as we can. No big deal, I get plucked, but the Sobek's going to take just as much damage as I am because he plucked me right in the middle of a wave. As much as that sounds like, it would be doing more damage to me because I get flung back. It does a ton of damage to him because he damaged me where the archers can hit him, so they get a ton of damage off as well. And I'm Guan Yu. I can heal up that damage. It's not that big of a deal. Woojer doing very good on the lane clear in this aspect. Sobek plucked me once. He might try to pluck again. Sure enough, he does, but he misses me, which means he is completely dead in this situation. Nothing he can do. That's the risk of plucking in the middle of a group of NPCs. I don't recommend doing it. If you try to do it and you mess up and you miss, you end up way out of position. And if you hit an NPC, you're still out of position. And now your getaway skill is down, which means that the other team can abuse that. And me and the Woojer both properly capitalized on that Sobek's mistake. At this point, there's nothing Talkity, the Artemis, right now can do about this. He's going to be behind in this lane. He's going to be behind the Woojer. He's going to be behind the me. We're going to hit an early level 5 now, and I'm trying to put as much pressure on Talkity as I can. If Woojer would have hit that axe, we might have been able to kill the Artemis there. It would have been close because the Sobek was showing up, but we could have at least attempted for it. But an axe was missed. What are you going to do? No big deal. We still have complete lane control, which means we're going to be able to rotate to the mid Harpies way faster than they are. Not even using my Talon Assault here, I don't need to. They have absolutely zero pressure on the wave. I've hit level 5, which means I have an opportunity here to bait out the Sobek. I want to see if he rotates late, and sure enough he does. He's rotating late to this, so I'm going to get a lot of damage off on him. I'm trying to prevent him from rotating to me, but he decides to pluck me instead, which is going to be the undoing of him, because Guan Yu's ultimate at level 5 does an extraordinary amount of damage, pumping out about 600 damage right there with the ultimate, getting me a fairly easy kill. He's slowed in that attack. He can't do anything. He had some protections a little bit reduced from the 3 earlier for the Woojer beating on him. Nothing he could do, and I get the mid-Harpies on top of all of that, putting me really far ahead on Guan Yu. This is going to give me an opportunity to get an early boots for even more damage and the movement, which is going to be fantastic. Taking this time just to clear the mid wave. Hunmatch is not level 5, but I'm a little bit worried he's going to hit level 5 off of these this mid wave. He doesn't, which means I can go back in as our Thor goes in with our Agni, and we have a wombo combo of the century, picking up a really good kill on Ron Jeremy in the middle lane. Because Talkity was so far behind from earlier, he gets 1v1 by the Woojer. That's what happens if you die as a support early, especially if you're giving first blood to the enemy ADC. You're going to make life really, really difficult for your ADC. Backing up, getting our Warrior Tabai power boots here. Couldn't afford any wards or potions or anything. Not a big deal. We have such a big lead that it's worth it for me to finish up these boots and try to press this lead early. I can try to fight the Artemis 1v1. I can try to go mid lane and ultimate and put a lot of pressure on there. Doesn't really matter where I go at this point. Anywhere will do. Chilling out this red buff camp just for a second. Trying to wait for my Agni to be able to have time to get here if he wants to come for this XP. So I'm clearing this as best I can. Sure enough, the Agni does want to come over and grab this XP. And I started it late because if I would have hit it earlier, I would have been tanking it, waiting for the Agni to show up, taking unneeded damage when I could just sit there not taking any damage at all. At this point, we have a massive XP advantage over here in the left lane. This is what you're looking for in Guan Yu, right? Guan Yu has a very strong early game. He has the strongest ultimate, honestly, of any possible support that you're going to get. You have to abuse it early. You have to get ahead early. If you don't, you're going to find that Guan Yu becomes lackluster end game, which means you want to get somebody big on your team. Doesn't matter who it is. You want to get them big, and you want to get them big early. In this case, it's going to be the whole team. Doesn't matter. Woojer lands a really good axe onto the Sobek. Looking to finish him off there, but he has a dash up. No reason for me to ultimate. I won't be able to reach him. Even if I did, he would have been under the tower by that point anyway. Just looking to get some harass on Takadi. We get a lot of good damage off here onto him. He throws down his boar. I use my ultimate. That caused the boar to come out. Overall win for us. Very strong for us. That's going to allow my Woojer to have 1v1 potential against this Artemis. We also forced the Janus to ult over. Now his ultimate's down. He can't rotate as strongly. Bada bing, bada boom. Huge win for us. I can now get an early tier 3 hog. I say early. 6 minutes is like a little bit early. You're usually probably going to get around like 7 or 8 minutes or so. But a fairly strong pickup right there, giving us opportunities to look around the map. Because of how big we've gotten here at the start of the game, Agni rotates over, picks up a kill, Thor rotates over, picks up a kill, and this game is getting out of control really fast, which is exactly what we're looking to do on Guan Yu. Bring presence around the map, heal up our teammates, and do whatever we can. No kill potential there on the Janus. He can just portal through walls. No reason for me to even try to really do anything there on him. These mid harpies are spawning soon though, and I want to make sure I can get these if possible. Sobek's all the way over in the solo lane. That does mean we can think about maybe trying to sneak in a Gold Fury, or at least looking for a pick off on somebody over in this lane. I see the Janus coming through, which is really interesting. Not in a spot he necessarily wanted to be coming through in. Having a battle with the minions here. Agni misplaces a bomb, thinking that the Hunmax is going to go for him. I don't know if the Hunmax ult is up or not right now. I want to put a lot of pressure on him. I mean, sorry, the Hunmax jump. I don't know if the Hunmax jump is up or not. And I don't want to waste my ultimate, so I'm just going to go ahead and hold it. Once again, Woojer picks up another kill on Takadi. By this point, that lane is completely over. He is 2 levels above him now. He's going to have Devo glove stacks on him. He's going to start to get boost done on top of that. Really nothing he's going to be able to do about it. I'm also 3 levels ahead of the Sobek. Sobek can't knock me up in the tail whip. He has no business trying to outclear me whatsoever. You can see that for most of this game now, I'm in the mid lane. The reason why I'm in the mid lane is because I'm letting my ADC get big. For those of you that have played a lot in Season 2, you know that ADC's endgame are absolutely nonsense. Just nonsense. They hit so hard. Their atomization is so strong right now. Their attack speed scaling is so strong. You want your ADC to get as big as you can, as fast as possible. If you can get him ahead early, leave the lane, let him be, let him farm solo like he's over in the solo lane. You can see he's actually 2 levels ahead of our solo laner right now. And that's because he's been in that lane by himself since like the 3-minute mark, which is allowing him to get absolutely ginormous. All that means is that I'm building myself a carry on this team. I'm just letting him do... I got him ahead a little bit early. Now he's just going to free flow the way through there.
Enemy has been slain. It's the key to victory. Enemy ultimate down. On my way.
Artemis looking to make a big play here onto our Woojer, who is pretty low on health. Going in to help him. A slight misplay here on my part. Nothing bad happens. What I should have done first was pop my heal, then started my Talon Assault. I wanted to get as much damage off as I could while trying to body block my Woojer, but what I should have done was heal, then get in position to body block while channeling my 3. That would have been the best case scenario. It ended up being okay, but keep in mind that's what should have been done in that situation. Now that Artemis is dead and Sobek as well, I'm just looking to take their buffs, man. Like at this point, I'm like a second jungler. I didn't want to take up the purple buff if I didn't have to because I wanted the red buff for my ultimate. But they do a nice rotation over to save their red buff, so I can grab it. Sticking with this mentality here in the second season for support, you're kind of a second jungler. You're rotating the lanes, a lot between ADC and mid lane. You're looking to take buffs, you're looking to secure your own buffs. That's a lot of your job right now, is doing jungle camps. Putting as much damage here as I can. I'm still at the point where I'm doing a lot of damage in this game. I'm still fairly big. I can pretty much do what I want right now, so I want to abuse it as long as I can so it doesn't run out. This gold lead is also getting out of control, really. 4K in 10 minutes is a lot of gold, not to mention the XP. If you look across the board, our jungler's ahead of level, our solo lane's ahead 2, mid's ahead of level, ADC up 3, and I'm up 3, almost 4 levels.
Attack left lane.
Now begins what I call the Talkity Giving Up series. This is called the I've already hit F6, why is nobody else hitting F6? But sure enough, they're going to finally go ahead and hit the F6 for him here in a second, but not before he had died while AFKing going, I hate this game, I don't want to be here any longer. And that's your job on Guan Yu, is to make the enemy team get really angry at each other so you can just go do whatever you want and make them surrender, and then you can go ahead and end the game early. Get yourself some elo, get yourself some TP, and get yourself up into Masters. Let's go ahead and see kind of where these builds are. And looking at our end screen here, we're going to see that we did about as much damage as our jungler and our solo laner, and way more than our mid. That's because Guan Yu's damage is so strong early in the game, on top of the fact that we did 1,000 healing. Very quick game, exactly what you're looking to do, honestly, on Guan Yu. There's nothing else to it. That's what Guan Yu's all about, is beating the game early. So our build was Bluestone Pendant into our Warrior Tabi, working our way into a Sovereignty. Looking at their team composition, they have 3 physical characters with 2 magical. One of those magicals being a support, which means they really only had 1 magical damage. After Sovereignty, I would have gone into a Breastplate of Valor. Then I would have gone into Heartwood Amulet for the team, give the rest of the auras to the team. And then I would have finished up with a Spirit Robe to finish off my cooldown for late game, 40% cooldown. That way at the end of the game I become a heal bot and a slow bot for the team, as well as taking away and shredding those penetrations. Hope you guys like the guide for Guan Yu. My next guide that I really want to do is Bacchus. Now that Bacchus has been buffed in the latest patch, I think it'll be fun. I think a lot of people are looking for opportunities to play him, so I'm hoping to get around to him for you guys. If you like the videos, please subscribe to me on YouTube and watch some of my other stuff. I do a lot of highlights from Twitch, and a lot of people like those, and feel free to check out some of my other series. But I love you guys, and of course, have a Twitching day.